How about Hastings and the card there? This is the scene in the Hawke's Bay, and I'd expect blue skies, and yes, doesn't disappoint, does it? Beautiful overhead conditions, and I must say, just a pang of jealousy has gone through my veins there. Bevan Sweeney lapping it up. He's probably even put on some sunscreen, such as the rays that he's receiving. Good morning to you, Bevan. How's the program shaping up for you?
Yep, sunscreen on the top of the head, Jace, because it's really, really warm here this afternoon. I think it's that warm that we can expect a possible upgrade, because I walked out of the car and across the IV area and got a little bit of a sweat up, to be fair. So it is really, really warm here this afternoon. So surprisingly warm. Trackers come up that dead 5 level. Interesting fields. It's always a really difficult day for me, these sorts of days, Jason, when we see northern horses meeting these central districts horses, and how to just work out the form lines across the two pools of horses becomes pretty difficult. But look, I thought there was a couple of nice bets on the program. We'll get into those later on the program, and a couple that we might be able to Prince Hareem Hunty on later on in the day.
Yes, well, that's the plan, isn't it? Race number 5 is the race that we'll begin with, and inscription is $3.20 Toms, Awesome L $5.50 each. Pep Talk and Lady Nadal at 7 and 9. You're speaking about Toms, Stephen. Has that money continued to flow?
It hasn't stopped since betting commenced on Thursday around this particular race, Jason. Number 10, you see right down the bottom, Tom's back and trip was probably our concern here from HQ, but hasn't stopped Punters' confidence. Daryl Bradley does the riding off a peak of $8, now travelling in that second line of betting at $5.50, where it shares it with Awesome Al. $4.60 out to $5.50, that particular runner, number 8, Awesome Al. Starting with Inscription, the favourite, $3.10 out to $3.20. Don't be put off. Just trying to tighten up the overall percentage. Well back, commodity, number 9, Inscription. Pep Talk, $6.50 out to 7. Lady Nadal, Friendless, 8 out to 9. And nothing really to speak of. Best of the rest is Sassanov's Hero at 12. So best lead I can give. It's a nice little lead, as I mentioned at the top of the show, number 10, Toms.
How about for you here, Sweens, as we check out the map brought to you by FormPro, formpro.co.nz. We've got Lady Nadal, Stradivarius and Henry Winkler. How did you see things?
Well, I'm against the push here, really, on Toms. My concern was very similar to Steve's, that he's coming back and trip to the 1600 metres, where he has been well capable. He tends to find a little bit of bad luck over the 1600 metres when he's trying to weave between horses. I thought he's been really good over the 2000 metres, and I wonder if this is just a run to keep him heading towards another good staying race later on in the preparation. But the money out of that part of the world can be very, very strong. So I'm against him a little bit. In saying that, I'm taking a risk in the race. I just wondered about the Heris this afternoon, fresh up over 1600 metres with a course and distance record like that. A couple of quiet trials, as you expect, out of the Baker and Forsman team leading into this afternoon. I just think the Heris can run a cheeky race. I'm taking you a long way back, I know, with this particular performance, but she can really let down. This is back at Awapuni September last year. There's a bit more cut out of the track, and maybe that is the key to her. Maybe it's going to get a little bit too firm for her this afternoon, but she's got all sorts of ability in this sort of race. I sort of marked her having a lot more ability than many in this. And saying that, she can be a little bit hit and miss, but I thought she really stretched out this day, and that was a real key to her ability. You see Lebaya getting home late in that race. I've got good respect there. So I just took a chance at a big price. It's not one that I'm going to invest into majorly, but just have a look at the Heris, and maybe not today, but in the next couple of starts, I expect her to be picking up another win. Her record is strong, distance and course strong. Outside of that, I had a look at the 9 Inscriptions. The form line's there, very, very strong. Stradivarius third up, big powerful horse. This 1600 metres is a slight concern, but I'll throw him in the local as well. And then I tossed up behind Sassanov's Hero and Tom's. I went with Sassanov's Hero, so I might be getting this one completely wrong, Jace, because the money is strong for Thomas. But no, I'm going to take a risk on the 4, the Heris, in this particular race.
Well, the good thing is you're getting 15 to 1, so you're getting a really nice price, so you're not going to have to outlay too much for that speculative bet. So, yeah, good stuff there. The Heiress at $16, gab.co.nz. Open handicap over 1400 metres is what presents in the 6th race. It's the preferment at Bright Hill Farm. Ambitious winner $3.20 coming off a win at Te Rapa. Ruby Amani $3.90 and Chicane at $5.50. Is the money telling you anything here, Stephen?
Yeah, it happened during the week, Jason. We posted at Ruby Amani, who's probably the best credentialed horse in this race with the 8 going around. She is resuming the 6-year-old mare by McPhee. I think she's going towards Queensland to take on some black type events there. She is friendless. We talk about all these moves inwards and hot horses. Well, she's the opposite today at Hastings. Ruby Amani cannot sell a ticket. $3.50 out to $3.90. Wouldn't be surprised if she touched $4 in the coming moments. So Ambitious Winner, who's done that second line of betting, is now top fluck or top favourite at $4.80 on opening. Now a $3.20 shot. It's been a couple of scratchings, so that move is not as dramatic as it probably seems on the eye. Chicane in that third line of betting, 7 into 5.50. Scandalo hovering around that 6.50 line. Pretty solid, the local. In fact, You Go for Scholar has been well spec'd. I know you mentioned this horse yesterday morning on the first call, Jason. Opened at $11, now travelling at $9.50. Again, if the race was to jump right now, it's our biggest liability. And also the rank outsider, Bully Boy, even though it's a rank outsider, $18 is the top price around that individual, also a losing result. So 8 runners, short price $3.20, Ambitious Winner. Our rank outsider, Bully Boy, $18. So pretty competitive market overall.
Often maligned Do Go for Scholar, but it's the type of race that it could peel off. Okay, this is how things stack up map-wise. Look, would Bully Boy be able to get to the front over 1,400 metres? I suppose with intent that's possible, but it's same with Southern Icon. It's just that first 150 metres for him. I thought that You Go for Scholar and then Ambitious Winner would be the main sort of two going forward. Is that how you saw it here, Bev?
Yeah, I don't think Bully Boy can cross those two inside him, to be honest with you. I think Southern Icon's got the speed to be out and travelling, but there's question marks around Southern Icon and exactly what we can expect today. I thought there was enough speed to have a look at horses midfield and back in this particular race, with those horses actually trying to work forward and find a position. So I'm going to go a little bit outside the square again, but I've got a little bit of confidence around this one, and it will be Scandalo, a horse who won a couple of weeks prior to this meeting last year, then came here on this day, opened 14 and won. Now, he just jarred up through that Christmas New Year period on those very good track conditions. Patrick's been very, very careful with him post that and waited for the right track condition. Has got the correct track condition for mine this afternoon. This is a nice little field. He beats this stage, Ace. And I think if he's back to his best, and we saw hints of it through that last preparation, then he'll get back to it with just that little bit more cut out of the track conditions. He's got Danielle aboard today, which will take just that kilo off his back. And if he runs up to this form, I think he wins this particular race. I love the track conditions for him in a fresh state. I expect a run from him today. Scandalo at an each way quote. I think you'll get in a nice posse with that good early speed, and he'll love that. So on top for me, over Ruby Amani. Interesting to hear that there's not a ticket to be ridden on a horse who brings the best form lines to this race for mine. Ambitious Winner can be hit and miss, but will put itself in a full position in behind that speed, and you just respect the Barrack and Forsman polish and fitness. And then I put in Chicane for Ross McCarroll as an each way player, but a little bit each way again into race number 6 here. I'm going with Scandalo, fresh up for Patrick Campbell.
Red and white diagonals. Could it be another Satu Lagi scenario of landing the prize, Patrick Campbell? Okay, the next race on the program is that will feature is the 8th Deerfield, $3.80. Belfacino at $4.80. You've got Miss Contessa there at $5. Eileen Grace in commission at $6. Again, need a little bit of a lead here. Stephen, it's the preferment 13 Wheelings at Karaka.
Hard to give a strong one, Jason. Might be one that you just keep an eye on the market between now and race close, a tick over 4.30 when this race jumps. Deerfield top line at $3.80. That was its opening line this morning. There's been notable deductions and prices have come in around the scratchings of Fancy Moore, and in particular Pinched, who was our favourite during the week. Belfacino, $4.80, solid. Miss Contessa, out of the top 3 in the market, probably holds, does hold the most amount of turnover in terms of dollars invested. Miss Contessa off a high of $6 this morning, now travelling at $5. Raposa Repeater burn a lot of pockets, punters pockets, but they're willing to go again, 12 into 9. And also one prize, one goal, John Norwood Gate and Barrier 9, travelling the same line as Raposa Repeater, currently a losing liability. So a race that there is no strong lead, just keep an eye, and we might try and post a bit of information later on this afternoon where the money's tracking.
You can follow Stephen Hunt on Twitter, also Thad Taylor. Always good information from those two accounts, and interesting social commentary every now and then as well. Okay, this is the speed map, I should say. Deerfield and Miss Contessa. It's an interesting shape outside of those two from barrier 5 outwards here, Bevan.
Yeah, and those two are big chances to take out this race, aren't they? Deerfield, I didn't think it was going to win its last start. I know in the form lines and the form guides you'll read that it had no room late in that race, but I still don't think it was travelling well enough to push through and win that particular race. Miss Contessa's got form lines around a Bowden who pushed Rock on Wood close, and she's not bad, who's a smart horse as well. So those two, the riders on board those two can sort of get in cahoots, lead, trail, then they'll be very difficult to run down. I'm going to go with Deerfield. This horse has only impressed me. It's obviously had a bit of time off, had a lot of back issues, does all its work on the Water Walker at the Banbury. So they're just getting a little bit more time after what was quite an intense little period in preparation after not being seen for such a long period of time. Gate's okay. Sam O'Malley's taking weight off Deerfield's back, so it's clearly got to be in the mix. There's a couple of expensive horses in this race for me personally. One of those is One Prize, One Goal, and the other a Raposa Repeater. Where do you look? I'm going to put in One Prize, One Goal again. Probably at my peril, but he is a horse that's well capable in a race like this, and Raposa Repeater. I might just play the 5 though. 5, 11, 3, and then Miss Contessa. At $5, it's probably short enough, but she brings some very strong form lines to the meeting. Now, this is how I'm going to play my $100 strategy for the day, and my best value and a blowout on the program. My best on the program is going to be Damn Reliable. I think this is the speed match special on the day. Crafter Evia's in that race number 4, but I think from that position with a little bit of luck, Damn Reliable is the one for the day. Very big, and it was almost my best bet on the program at $10 on Empress Sushi this afternoon. Go back and watch its fresh up run, what it did at the end of last preparation. It was really unlucky fresh up. It got held up, checked, came through them, hit the line really nicely. It does need a little bit more given the track than it sees here this afternoon, but it's well capable on a dead 5. I'll be having a bet on that, and my blowout's are Herius. And so our strategy is 50 on Damn Reliable in race number 4, and we'll put 50 to win at 10s in race number 7 on Empress Sushi. Really do like that horse today, Jason. Damn Reliable, maybe a multi into Empress Sushi. That will certainly get enough in the kick to play into the next week or so. First on the program here at the Bay under beautiful skies, just after 12:15.